Hello, one and all. It's that time of year again. After a long summer, Rowan sports are back and better than ever. I'm Derek Hill.
And I'm Jade Ionase. Welcome to the 31st season of All Access with the Profs.
Jade, it's your first season on the desk.
It
Are you happy to be here?
I am very happy to be here. I'm excited.
I mean, really long summer. What did you do this summer? Anything fun?
This summer, I worked down the shore in Ocean City.
Oh, really?
And I trained for soccer all summer.
I wish I worked at Ocean City. I just stood in the back room at Dick's Sporting Goods and
it's exciting.
cried. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting out of college and doing something in this field. But Jade, why don't you start us off on our first story of the season?
The number 4 ranked field hockey team traveled to William Patterson University on Friday to take on the Bears. Christina Castanello led the Profs with 2 goals, while Bridget Gwynnon, Casey Wagner, and Alyssa Mangliero each contributed 1 goal. The 5-0 shutout helps the Profs improve to 8-1 on the season. They outshot the Bears 36-5. The team would prepare to take on Stockton University on Wednesday.
Men's cross country finished 25th among 45 schools from all 3 NCAA divisions in the Brown race at the Paul Short Run this week. Dario Epifania was named the New Jersey Athletic Conference Rookie of the Week. Epifania took 209th place among 392 runners with a season-best time of 26 minutes 23.3 seconds in the 8K race. The men also compete on October 19th in the 8K race at 11:45 a.m., followed by the Men's Open at 1:15 p.m.
The Rowan women's cross-country team competed in the Brown race at the Paul Short Run, finishing 34th in the team scoring out of 44 teams from all 3 NCAA divisions. Alyssa Sanders was the Profs' first runner to cross the finish line and was named the New Jersey Athletic Conference Runner of the Week after finishing 57th among 363 runners with a time of 22 minutes and 12.19 seconds over a 6K course. Rowan hosts the Interregional Border Battle on Saturday, October 19th. The women's 6K race starts at 11 a.m., followed by the open race at 12:30 p.m.
The Rowan football team lost a nail-biter of a game Saturday night to the 12-seeded Wesley College to a score of 21-20. The Profs were behind 21-7 with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Then a 26-yard touchdown pass from Nick Husney made the score 21-14. Then on the next possession, Wesley fumbled at their own 4-yard line, which was recovered by Luke Janice, who ran it all the way back for a touchdown. However, Jake Hurler missed the extra point attempt, making the score 21-20. Unfortunately, the Profs were unable to score after that point. They fall to 0-4 on the season. Jade, disappointing start to the season for the football team, for
Very.
sure. Yeah,
I hate to see it.
It seems they just keep having kicker problems, too.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at the cross-country team, they're getting their season started early. Have you ever been out to see them run?
I have not. I mean, they seem like they have some pretty decent runners coming up. They have 2 NCAA awards, so that's pretty impressive.
I've always wondered where the Paul Short Run actually is.
Yeah.
Because they seem to go there like 3 times a year, and that cross-country stuff just amazes me. It's ridiculous how far they can run.
One of the biggest stories we've been following this year is the changing of the guard at Rowan's hockey coaching staff. For more on their first few games, as well as the future of the program, here's Sean Kelly for this week's Prof Spotlight.
Thanks, Jade. I'm joined now by Rowan men's D2 ice hockey coach, Daniel Demonte. Dan, it's nice to have you here. How are you doing today?
Good, Sean. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And it's a new season. It's exciting. There's a lot of new gears turning for the Profs. And how's it been for the first couple games under your new team?
It's been good. The boys have gelled. Coaching staff has set our culture for the season. We're looking forward to Montclair on Saturday night.
Fantastic. And this must be really exciting for you. You're a former player now going into that coaching role. How have you been taking stuff from your playing career and adding it in, or how have you been able to mesh those two together?
I think that I took over for J.C. Caulfield and the women's program 3 years ago. So I kind of had that background in women's hockey. It's kind of a different game. It's more simple. And I kind of took that and kind of had the wheels turning a little bit. And now we kind of established a more simplistic game for our team in all 3 zones. And I think that just being, a part of a team before, you kind of get that sense of what players need to do and fill different roles. And I'm not going to lie, it's been a little tough having to set a lineup every day. Kids are in and out of the lineup. It's tough, but those are the things that I dealt with when I was a player, and I feel like we're doing a good job of that.
Awesome, and you've been really adding, a lot of new coaches alongside with you as well.
Yeah.
And specifically with some new additions. You've kept a coach from the previous roster, Andrew Doherty. How has it been kind of with him and being able to see kind of both sides of the coaching staff, something that's been in place for so long, as well as your new coaching?
Well, Doc's a good friend of mine. I played with him at Rowan, and he was a part of the All-Europe team with the ACHA, so he brings a lot of experience both on and off the ice, former captain. So he has a relationship with the core guys that were brought back to the team, and he's kind of helped us learn about different players and kind of get to know people, and he's just been a really big part of what we've done so far.
That's fantastic, and this is something that really stuck out to me. When we first got in contact with you this year, when Rowan, Rowan Television Network called up to you guys and just wanted to set everything correctly for the year, you told us, this is the quote that stands out for me, is, "I'm here for the long haul." That was something that you said to us. Obviously, your wife is coaching the women's team. What does that quote mean? It's a really strong, powerful quote, and what does it mean to you to want to set such a long-standing reputation here with the team?
Well, I want to follow in Coach Caulfield's footsteps as setting the next 10 to 15 years and take the program to the next level. We do a really good job on game day. We do a really good job with our new locker room. The school is absolutely gorgeous. Everything is set for us to take it to the next level in terms of recruiting. I live across the street from the rink, so that's what I mean by I'm here for the long haul. We bought a house. We're ready to take Rowan ice hockey to hopefully the varsity level one day.
That's really awesome to see, and as someone who's been a part of the team for a long time, for 4 years now, I would love to see in the future it get to those new heights. And speaking of which, you were noting on the facilities and everything that you guys utilize, Hollydale has gone under major renovations over the last year. It's been crazy to see myself after seeing it before and kind of seeing it after. How does that new arena that you're using with all its new amenities kind of help your team boost your pride?
Well, last year the kids didn't have a locker room, so the kids coming back this year walked into it for the first time and were like, "Oh man, this is awesome!" So it kind of gave us a boost right off the bat. But in terms of recruiting purposes, there's probably 10 teams in the whole country that have a nicer setup than we do. We got 5 minutes away from the campus. Our rink is now a multi-million-dollar rink with a bar and restaurant upstairs. And our locker room's perfect. We can walk right on the ice. Like I said, everything's just ready to take that next step.
Awesome, and we're looking to take that next step. You guys came out to a flying start this year, winning your first 3 games and especially making a statement just this past Saturday. What does the team feel walking away from that? Because that was 13-0. It was, you guys dominated every second, not just every minute, but every time, every skate, everything was a dominance. So what does that mean to you to have that big win so early in the season?
It was huge to get the boys, some good competition. Kutztown's played a few teams tough already, so it's good to see us come out with a big win. And I think it sets the stage for this Saturday night.
Fantastic. And here's a nice little exciting one. I've seen the past couple weeks being at these games. You sport a really nice tan suit. Is that a good luck charm? Is that something that's going to be brought out a lot? It's been real flashy and nice. So is that your favorite suit, or is it something that brings good luck to the team?
So honestly, I went to put my suit on before the first game. I tried it on Thursday night and realized it was way too big. So that's a good problem to have, but at the same time, I kind of scrambled around, didn't have time on Friday to find anything. I had this, tan blazer, and I just grabbed a pair of black slacks and threw it together, and we've won every game since, so I'm not changing it until we lose. So I'm going to buy a suit before the Ryder game. But,
definitely be a challenge.
hashtag beat Ryder.
That's what we want.
But I'll rock that until we take a loss.
And definitely looking forward to it. And speaking of the season looking ahead, you had a great start, and this is a big a new year with a lot of new players and everything. What is an overall theme that you guys are bringing into this year? What is the expectation kind of for this year to be? Because it's a huge stepping stone to years in the future,
Yeah.
but we also want to focus on now. So what is this year for you guys in the team?
I think our motto is consistency, dedication, and commitment. We want our guys to show up early, be on time, be on the ice on time. We practice only 2 hours a week. So at the end of the day, we need to make sure that we're getting all of our stuff that we want in as coaches. And I think that we've done a pretty good job of that so far, and the boys have bought in, and that's really all we can ask for.
That's fantastic to hear, and they've definitely been playing up the standard for these first couple games. And finally, Coach, just wrapping it up this weekend, you're back at it on the ice on Saturday against Montclair.
Yeah.
And obviously going 4-0 would be another huge statement. Just to add on, as you keep on expanding into the season, going on the road more, facing more teams, what is your goal kind of this weekend against Montclair to not only send something to them, but to show the entire division, what you guys are made of?
I think that we just need to take it one shift at a time, make sure we're winning the little battles, do the little things that are going to help us be successful. We got a tough stretch ahead, so I think that if we win each period, we can come away with a W and go into Delaware with a nice little record and feeling pretty good.
All right, well, Coach, thank you so much for joining me tonight. We appreciate it. We're going to be with you guys the rest of the season. Best of luck. Hopefully we can get you guys in here at some point before. But thank you so much for joining me. And now we're going to send it over to Jeremy for some Pro Talk.
Hello, Profs, and welcome to this year's inaugural edition of Pro Sports Talk. I am Jeremy Lightfinger, and it's great to be back in the newsroom this year for another semester as your Pro Talk host. We've got a lot to catch you up on, so let's dive right into it. The MLB playoffs are in full swing, and one team has already moved on to the second round. The New York Yankees defeated the Minnesota Twins by a score 5-1 this past Monday to advance to the ALCS. Gleyber Torres led the way for the Yanks, batting 3 for 4 with a solo home run and 2 doubles. Shortstop Didi Gregorius also chipped in with 2 RBI singles. The Yankees will play the winner of the other AL divisional round, which has the Tampa Bay Rays facing off against the Houston Astros. The series is all tied up at 2 apiece, and the deciding game will be played on Thursday night. Moving on to the National League, the Washington Nationals and the St. Louis Cardinals are set to play each other in the NLCS, with Game 1 scheduled for Friday evening. The Sixers played their first preseason game of the new year this past Tuesday, and it was an absolute blowout. They beat the visiting Guangzhou Long Lions by a score of 144-86. Point guard Ben Simmons led the way with 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, and topped off the night with the first made three-pointer of his career, something that has been long in the making ever since he first stepped on the floor as a rookie. The team's next preseason game is this upcoming Friday when they will face the Charlotte Hornets. The Phillies ended the season with an 81-81 record, missing the playoffs for the 8th straight year. Many fans expected at least a wild card appearance based off the many big-name free agent signings this past offseason, but to no avail. The job status of manager Gabe Kapler has become a huge question mark, and the latest reports indicate that owner John Middleton has begun to ask input from the players. It seems as if old Gabe's time here in Philly is coming to an end. Finally, the Eagles crushed the New York Jets this past Sunday by the score of 31-6. The defense prevailed over the offense in this game as the Eagles forced 2 interceptions, one of them a pick six, a fumble, and 10 sacks. On the other side of the ball, touchdowns were scored by Jordan Howard on a 1-yard run and a Carson Wentz pass to Zach Ertz. The Birds travel to Minnesota to face the Vikings this upcoming Sunday at 1 o'clock. Well, Jeremy, as the resident NBA fan, there's nothing quite like hosting a team from China and absolutely obliterating them, is it?
Yeah, it really was not fair for them from the beginning, but it's all right.
Now, honest question for you. It is preseason, so probably already doesn't mean anything, but does that 3 mean anything at all, especially since it was against a China team?
I think to the city of Philadelphia it does. I'm sure they're happy that Ben silenced all the haters by finally making a 3, and they don't have to, get crap from fans of other teams that, oh, Ben can't make a 3. It must feel good for not only him but the entire city.
I mean, pretty big guy too.
Oh yeah.
If he can make even like 25%, he's just gonna shoot over everybody.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he doesn't even have to worry about getting separation or anything either.
Absolutely.
But biggest story heading into this episode, you mentioned Kapler might be on the way out. Well, he is.
Yes.
He's
yeah.
gone. And I gotta be honest, I don't think the Phillies got better because of it. I want to hear your guys' opinion on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he had a lot of negatives, but at the same time, he did do some stuff that worked out. The problem is I don't know of any names right now on like the free agent market for managers that would be like a clear upgrade from him. I mean, I would say like Joe Madden, but he's pretty much like signed with the Angels already. So
What about Joe Girardi?
maybe, I don't know.
I don't think
I'd
they're
have to
ready
think about
for a
that
guy
one.
like that.
Yeah.
Jade, what do you think of
Um,
Kepler getting the boot?
I'm not sure if it was the best decision. I mean, they made some big name signings. They spent a lot of money this season, and I mean, it didn't really do anything for the team. So I wouldn't really blame Kaplan for it. I don't know if it's something the players need to work on or what. But I mean, they started off pretty decent, and towards the end they just went downhill. So
I completely agree. With all the injuries they had in the bullpen,
Mhm.
they only really have one solid starter. I don't think any of it was really his fault. And you fire him instead of the scouting people, instead of, say, the pitching coach, the higher-ups, and you're just going to keep getting the same result no matter what manager
That's true.
you put in there. But keeping in the Major League Baseball with the topics here,
Mm-hmm.
big win last night for the Nationals.
Oh,
They
yeah.
seem to just keep rolling.
Mhm.
The Dodgers honestly are cursed.
Yeah, they
but
really are.
The Nationals are too.
Yeah.
So that was a big win for them.
It really was. I think their streak of bad luck may finally be up. I think that home run was crazy. I remember watching it last night. It was just sudden and unexpected. You know, it seemed like a stroke from God, honestly.
But they're taking on St. Louis now.
Yeah.
And St. Louis has a really good offense.
Mhm.
And they've had good pitching for years. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that NLCS turns out. It's definitely one that I don't think anybody could have predicted.
Yeah. It's
So,
going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Well, Jeremy, thanks for joining us.
Thank
As
you.
always, Sean Kelly is standing by once again to talk to members of the Rowan Division II club hockey team. Sean?
Thank you, Derek. Now I am joined by Rowan men's D2 ice hockey players Trevor Rucci and Bobby Penron. Boys, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good. How are you?
Feeling good.
Doing fantastic, and I'm just really excited. Out to a flying 3-0 start on the season. You know, how is that energy for you guys, for the rest of the team, to have such a great start?
It's a good feeling, but we know we haven't really done much yet, so we're looking forward to keeping it going.
It's fantastic. And Bobby, what's your feeling, obviously, for such a fantastic start? Obviously, you're both returning players, but what does this mean to you to have a great foundation?
I think the start gave us a little bit of confidence. We didn't really play any. We haven't been challenged yet, but it's good to get the couple wins under our belt just to get ready for the upcoming schedule, which is going to be tough. So everyone kind of got in the flow, got in the groove. We got some chemistry going, so we're ready to go for the rest of the season.
Awesome. And we talked to you guys, obviously, before the season started, kind of gotten to see what was happening during the practices leading up. But now that we're kind of into the season, how has it been with the new coaching staff? We were just talking to your coach previously. How's it been with that new staff coming back this year?
It's been nice. It's been a refreshing start for the returning guys, and it's been a lot of fun. We can relate to them pretty well since they are Rowan alumni, so it's been good.
And that is fantastic. That was actually, thank you for jumping into that. That's my next point. Rowan alumni, how important do you feel it is to have a core of coaching staff that has completely been on this roster before, been through this school, been through what you guys are doing? How do you think that gives you an edge over the competition?
I think it allows them to relate to us a lot. They've been through it. They've been in the locker room. They've been in our seats. So it's kind of like they know what we're going through, and at the same time they're guiding us to make better decisions that they made to help us win and get to the next level.
Awesome. And now that we're going in, you guys had a huge win on Saturday. And I want to touch on a couple things from that game. First being A.J. Colella had shutout. His first shutout, first time on the team, freshman. How is that, being able to contribute to a win for someone that just got on this team and is now really probably excited to keep on going? And how did you feel for you to contribute to that?
It's really cool. He was actually a little more excited than we thought he would be.
Yeah.
But it's a good feeling to have a freshman get that and get it out of the way.
Yeah, that's awesome. We always had the plug, and we're from the same hometown. So Go West Efford. Got always plug. But that game in general, I've been here for a couple years now. Been covering you guys for the last 3. You don't see that often. You don't see that 13-0 often. So what was it feeling kind of going into that third period when you guys were up by so much already? What were you guys thinking as you continued down the line and never stopping and never stop pushing forward?
I think we were just staying loose and having fun. Everyone kind of loves to see pucks go in the net and us win by a big margin. You always want to, and it also helps you in the rankings. So we kind of just wanted to keep playing our game, get out of there healthy, and not do anything stupid. But at the same time, keep playing our game, keep having fun, and putting pucks in the net.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear, and it's a great segue to the next point, which is the rankings. Last year, you guys finished 9th overall. And you guys have been hovering around that for a couple different years. And obviously the next step is to be up, to get to a national level, to get to that nationals competition. What are you guys doing this year to make the best effort and to make that happen?
I think we're working a lot harder. I think the guys have bought in more than any year I've been here, and I think that we all know and we all think we can get that top 5 spot in the rankings.
And being bought in, that's a term that is thrown around a lot in all different kinds of sports. And what does that mean to you guys? Like being bought in and being there and you want to get to that next level, and what goes into being bought in every single day?
I think it's everyone being on the same page. So you're only as strong as your weakest link. So, you want to bring in freshmen and you want to have a core group that leads by example and leads the right way and has a good foundation of how hard you want to work, where you want to be, have the same goals, just being on the same page and every single day working hard towards the same goal.
It's a fantastic mindset, and obviously that's going to be bringing you guys far. But you said, earlier that, you haven't really had the biggest competition yet. Your greatest competition is yet to come, and now you will be seeing that stuff through the likes of Rider, Liberty, University of Delaware coming up in just a couple weeks. So how, does the mindset change? Do you guys do something differently going into those weeks, or does it stay the same that we've been doing so far?
I think it stays the same. We go in every week thinking the same thing, that we have to be our best. So no matter who the opponent is, you got to be on top of your game.
And from last year, obviously, the team has this different mindset look this year. How are you guys looking to use, obviously, AJ Colella went out and did a fantastic game. How are you guys looking to mesh that experience with the new guys and to this year and to overcome those challenges?
I think we're just trying to guide them and when it hits the fan, just keep everyone under control and not get too out of it during the games. If we're losing, if we're down, just keep everyone composed and just play our game and go at every single weekend in the same mindset of just trying to get out of there with a win. Awesome. New rink, new energy, and it's obviously something that some people may not think goes into the game, but there's a whole new atmosphere at Hollydale. And when we were talking to the coach, you guys never had locker rooms before, like a really set standard locker room. Does that contribute? Does that help? How does that help the overall energy going into those games?
I think it's kind of puts you with a little confidence. You feel like you have something to play for, especially with the new rink, new fans. They want to come out. They want to see you play. They want to see the restaurant. So it's nice. This is a huge year, obviously, to be rebuilding and to make a statement. You guys have so much presence this year. I felt just on our side for broadcasting terms, we felt an energy, felt a presence from the team this year. And where do you guys think that energy is going? What is your overall goal this year? Not just a technical standpoint, but every game you're going to be thinking about the same things. You said keeping that same energy. What's kind of an overall theme or something you're looking to bring into the season, continuing? I think going forward is just changing the program. We have a fresh start with coaches, and I think we want to bring this program to the next level, and it all starts with us. We're the first year with the new coaches here, so we want to make a statement, and we want to make an impact in the league and kind of let everyone know who we are, and we're not here to mess around. Love that, not here to mess around. And obviously, your coach Dan was talking about, we're all in, and I feel like everybody's all in. And so, finally, looking forward to the game this weekend. You guys have Montclair. Before you guys head on the road the week after, that's when you're going to be taking on Delaware. So, this weekend, what are you guys looking to do? Not only to just Montclair, but also to the entire division. It's important to kind of make those two statements. So, what's the mindset? What's the feeling that you guys have going into Montclair? keep staying positive, have fun. It doesn't last forever, so if we can come out with a win this weekend, that'll be nice going into a tough stretch for us.
Awesome. It's fantastic to hear, guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Congratulations on a 3-0 start of the season. And we're going to be rooting for you behind the camera, and hope the guys have a fantastic rest of the season.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much. And now back to the desk for some more All Access. Stay tuned.
Thanks, Sean. The women's volleyball team emerged victorious in a matchup against the Kane University Cougars, winning 3-0. The Profs won the first 2 sets by a close margin, 25-22 and 27-25. Before finishing the Cougars off in the third set 25-17. Kaylee Gallagher and Tori Mock led the team with 12 kills and 34 assists, respectively. The Profs are headed to San Antonio, Texas this weekend to compete in the Trinity Tournament.
Meanwhile, the men's soccer team lost against the Kane University Cougars on Saturday by a score of 2-1. Max Acosta scored his first goal of the season at the 36th minute for Keene. Then, Jake Santos followed it up with another at the 67th minute. The lone goal scored by Rowan came courtesy of James Schultz in the 71st minute. Their next game is scheduled for this upcoming Saturday when they host New Jersey City at 7 p.m.
The women's soccer team's match against the Kane University Cougars Saturday evening ended in a 1-1 draw. The Cougars were the first to score, with Lexi Conroy's goal coming in the 8th minute. Profs midfielder Kaylin Priest tied up the game with a goal with 1:14 left in the first half. It was the first in her collegiate career. The team is now 4-6-1 on the season.
The women's soccer team looked to wipe away their losing record on Wednesday, hosting the Eastern Eagles. In the 52nd minute, forward Daria Jones netted her 8th goal of the season off an assisting cross from Kelsey Stengel. Alessia LaRosa totaled 6 saves for the Profs. The Profs will travel to New Jersey City University on Saturday.
Molly's Detour Night was on Thursday. The Profs honored their fellow teammate Molly Gorchicka, who was diagnosed with acute myelogenous leukemia. It is a cancer that affects the blood as well as bone marrow. To spread awareness and support her strength, the team and fans wore orange for the event. As for the game itself, the Profs continued to show why they're the 4th-ranked team with their 8-2 win. The Profs improved to 9-1 on the season and 2-0 in the NJAC Conference. It's really a great thing that the university put together for Molly, and also that the team was able to show. Did you see any of the footage from that at all?
I did. It was very nice. I thought it was an amazing way to get all the athletics departments together and just show that they're all there to support one of their fellow profs and even the entire university. I thought it was a really nice event for Molly.
I love seeing all of the orange shirts from
Yes.
yesterday too around campus today. It just really shows that the community on this campus is together, whether you know the person or not. It's just a really great story. But that's all we have for this episode of All Access. Once again, I'm Derek Hill.
And I'm Jade Ionase. From all of us at the All Access with the Profs, have a splendid week and keep sporting on.